Alright guys, Indecisive Ricky here, and we're back for Monster Analysis Episode 4. And we're going to be doing the Valkyrjas because I didn't really get any feedback in the comments section here, but I did ask around with my guild and such, and they said the best monster of the 4 that I listed out that they'd like to see would be the Valkyrjas. So we're here with the Valkyrjas. Next episode's actually gonna be on the Undines, just FYI, because she was the second most, talked about between my guild. Alright, so let's talk about Vanessa, the first Valkyrja that we have to cover. Attacks with a sword. Seal of Fire is automatically activated if the enemy dies. All the Valkyrjas do this to where if you kill somebody with their first skill, then it activates their second skill. It's pretty neat little mechanic that they got going on for the Valkyrjas. Let's see what the second skill does for Vanessa, because... Oh, that's the third skill. Let's see what the second skill does for Vanessa, because all the Valkyrjas do something slightly different. With their second skill, attacks an enemy dealing damage proportionate to the enemy's max HP and decreases its defense for 2 turns. Alright, and then revives a dead ally with 30% of HP, which recovers by 15% per turn for the next 2 turns. So it's like, if this doesn't get stripped off, then it's basically a 60% HP recovery after, 2 turns, so... it's not bad. Not a bad revive. And increases the attack speed of ally monsters in the arena by 33%, and that's really where Vanessa kind of shines, is in her leader skill, because 33% attack speed in the arena is just so nuts. There's only 2 other monsters that have this leader skill for arena. And we'll be talking about one of the other ones later in this video. But on Vanessa, really great. And there's just so much opportunities with a 33% leader skill in the arena to, outspeed an opponent you would otherwise not outspeed. And that's just a really big game-changing leader skill. In that case, suddenly it gets a lot easier to outspeed opponents with Vanessa, or with either of the other 2 that you can get. Let's talk about builds that we could do with Vanessa. Alright, so mainly you're going to want to go violent for the 4-piece set, I haven't really seen many people go out from violent, I haven't seen any despair, obviously, is only one. Not really worth it. I haven't really seen anything else. It's just usually violent. It's usually the way to go with Vanessa. You want to get this revive up whenever you can. Little defense break, 100% chance, scales to the enemy's max HP. You want to have this up. Just definitely violent, I'd say. And for the secondary set, I think there's a lot of different options you can go with. It really depends on, the kind of stats you're going for on Vanessa, which we'll talk about in a second. But I'd say Will, Nemesis would probably be the ways I would go. Maybe if I just want more raw stats, then, Guard or Energy or Endure might be good. It really all depends on the quality of runes you have for each of those offsets, but yeah. Let's talk about the stats, the way I see stats usually going. I've seen 4 different builds so far with Vanessa. I imagine there's not much change in that. Maybe there's a couple other builds. I've seen speed HP Vanessa. I've seen triple HP Vanessa. I've seen crit Vanessa, where it's attack, crit damage, attack. And I've also even seen hybrid Vanessa, which is like HP, crit damage, or crit rate with attack. And all have their, ups and downs. The main thing is, with Vanessa, the main thing you want her for is the attack speed leader skill, so The other stats really differ depending on what kind of a player you are, or what kind of teams you're running. Maybe you want a crit Vanessa because you just need that extra bit of damage to clear up enemies if it comes down to it when you're outspeeding these opponents. Maybe you want her to just be super tanky, that way, you'll be able to access her revive maybe more than once, throughout the battle if you're going for a more slow route. Hybrid Vanessa's more just for an in-between kind of thing. If you can manage the stats to have good attack and good HP in the meantime. And then speed HP is probably the most, wait, did I cover triple HP or speed HP before? I don't know, let's just talk about both of them again. I'm totally drawing a blank on which ones of the builds I was talking about. Speed HP is probably the most common build. It's just basically so, she's taking enough to where she can get this revive off, as much as possible. And then triple HP, is just probably mostly for stall arena, I'd say. Just to make her really annoying to take out, If Vanessa's got around 50-60k HP, it's hard to justify targeting her first, so you're just going to have to target something else first, take that out, and then take it out again, and then eventually take out Vanessa if she doesn't get a revive off again. My most recommended would probably be on a basic level. For just majority of players would be the speed HP build. Violent Nemesis, I would say. I haven't seen very many Nemesis Vanessas, but I honestly think, thinking about Vanessa, that'd probably be pretty good, is a Nemesis Vanessa. More so than most of the other offsets I've seen. Will also really up there, although it really all depends on the stats and how you're running her. With Will, if you're running a team to just outspeed, then, Will runes would kind of be pointless if you're outspeeding them and taking the immunity off anyways. It would mostly be for a backup, in case you don't outspeed them. In which case, good. It really all depends on how confident you are in your attack bar booster, if you want to do Will runes or not. So most commonly, Will or Nemesis would be the offset. Speed HP, Violent Will, Violent Nemesis. One or the other, I'd say, would be, best bet if you're building a Vanessa. But, if you want to be crafty, you can do like an HP, crit rate, crit damage attack. Or maybe even a crit Vanessa, just attack, crit damage attack. Or triple HP Vanessa. It really all depends. Just think about it yourself. No matter what, it's gonna be pretty good. Vanessa's a great monster. I don't know if you guys can hear the garage. Last time the garage opened during one of my videos, it made a loud feedback sound. I apologize if it did this time. I'm not sure. Somebody just got home though. Let's move on to Camilla. Alright, Camilla is just freaking nuts, alright? We all know Camilla's nuts. She's probably top 10, maybe even top 5 Nat 5s, Nat anythings in the game. Camilla's just an army of her own. Alright, same thing with the first skill. Second skill, let's see what's different between this one and Vanessa. Attacks enemy, dealing damage proportionate to the enemy's max HP, and decreases attack speed for 2 turns. Alright, attack speed instead of defense. Now, that's pretty nice, And then, third skill. Oh, man. Okay. Reduces the incoming critical damage by half. I don't know if you guys can hear the garage, it's closing now. I'm just gonna wait just in case. I don't want to be talked over. Alright. The garage is closed now, so I hope that doesn't show up in my videos. I just want to be on the safe side and not have my voice distorted like last time. Just because the garage decided to open in unopportune time. Let's talk about the skill though. Reduces the incoming critical damage by half and removes the weakness effects on the character. Additionally, it recovers 10% HP each turn. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, so let me just explain how this works really quick. Alright, yeah, obviously it's pretty simple with the first part, reduces incoming critical damage by half. It's pretty great, that's nuts. And then it removes the weakness effects on the character if you receive a critical hit. If Camilla gets crit on, cleanses everything off, you know. It doesn't really make that part of the ability that clear, in my opinion, how it's written down. Okay, so let's just read this one more time. It reduces the incoming critical damage by half, and removes the weakness effects on the character. Does that sound clear to you guys? Because if I was reading this for the first time not knowing what Camilla does, then I'd be like, removes the weakness effects on the character if what? I even read up here again, I'd be like, is it because crit? Or is it just on a turn basis? Because it reduces the incoming critical damage by half. Well, okay, so it just makes her really tanky, right? Makes her hard to, like, kill in one hit, but it doesn't really just flat out say, and removes the weakness effects on the character if she is crit on. If she receives a critical hit. That's how I'd phrase it if I were phrasing this, but, you know, yeah. So, basically, you know how it works, and she recovers 10% HP each turn. It's just a monster of a third skill. Absolute monster. Camilla, where would I use her if I had her? PvP. Guild Wars, Arena, Defense, mainly those. Let's look at the leader skill. We totally dodged over that. Increases the critical rate of ally monsters in the arena by 33%. That's pretty good. But where would we use Camilla? How would we build Camilla? Let's talk about where I think she shines the most. I think arena defense, rush hour or midweek arena. Both of which I think Camilla's great. And also Guild Wars offense and Guild Wars defense. Camilla's going to be great. I can't really see her in much of the PvE setting. Actually, well, fodder farming. She'd be a good fodder farmer in the sense that she's reliable. If you don't have, like, a Lucian that's just clearing this stuff in, like, 20 seconds, then, you know, maybe a Camilla might be right for you, right? Because she's not going to die fodder farming. Like, with this OP passive, she's not really gonna... Oh, no. Low battery. We're gonna have to finish this up quick. Yeah, but she's gonna be really good fodder farming because she's just really survivable. Alright. So, anyways, Guild Wars offense, Guild Wars defense, she's gonna be absolute monster. Arena offense... in a bruiser team. Yeah, I mean, she's gonna be reliable for arena offense, just not really fast, necessarily, because she's only single target, but... Arena defense, for sure. Especially Rush Hour. Let's talk about the builds. There's Crit Milla, Tank Milla, and Hybrid Milla. Alright, if I were to build Camilla, I would probably do Hybrid Crit Milla, if that makes sense. I'd be doing, like, attack, crit damage, HP. Violent Blade or something weird like that. Maybe Violent Nemesis. It really all depends. You'd need really good stats to pull that one off, but a lot of people do Hybrid Milla. I think that's probably my favorite. Crit Milla's pretty good, just attack, crit damage, attack, but that takes away a little bit off of her, you know, her being on Guild Wars defense or, well, not Guild Wars defense, more on arena defense. If you're gonna build her on arena defense, then Crit Milla's gonna be too easy to just butter through, you know. Just slice through it. Tank Milla is just there to be really annoying. I'd say mostly Tank Milla is just for, you know, Rush Hour arena, Rush Hour defense. Just there to stall the crap out of anybody that attacks you. Yep. If you're gonna get Camilla, then I'd honestly recommend Hybrid Camilla. I think out of all the builds, I think that one's the greatest. You know, you can build her, you know, up to like 30k HP and try to get like a 1500 attack with some crit, you know. Then she's going to be an absolute monster. More so than she would be with a Crit Milla. Yeah, sure, she'd hit hard as Crit Milla, but she's going to die super easily. And then Tank Milla's not going to do anything but stall. It all depends what you want to use her for, though. But Hybrid Milla, definitely the best of both worlds, in my opinion. You know, to where she's more balanced and more usable in more situations. Yeah, definitely Violent Blade, Violent Nemesis. I wouldn't put her on. Maybe you can put her on Wolverine's. I wouldn't really do it myself. With her passive, it just doesn't seem like Wolverine's are gonna be as relevant. That's just my opinion. But yeah, Camilla's super great for PvP. Let's go on to the next one. Katarina. Katarina is... Oh my, Alright, this is the easiest one to get because she's fusible. Let's talk about Katarina before we go over where we're going to use her and whatnot. Same first skill, except for with the second skill. Attacks an enemy and recovers HP by 30% of the inflicted damage. Okay, and becomes invincible for one turn when the enemy's killed. This is nice to use this in accordance with their third skill, if you can. Let's read your third skill. Attacks randomly. The enemy's defense is ignored when used in invincible state. Alright. Defense ignoring damage. Great. Now, this is the thing about Katarina. You need to build a team around her. You want to have a Chloe or a Kobesanuf or, you know, somebody that's going to give you an invincibility buff. That is going to help her access this and just nuke the living crap out of whoever. Because this hits hard. I'm talking pretty hard. Hard enough. I'd say the best place for Katarina is definitely Guild Wars offense. Alright, let's look at the leader skill first, though, before we go over that. Increase the resistance of ally monsters in arena by 55%. Okay, That's a lot of resistance, but I don't really like resistance leader skills that much in arena. But, yeah. This is going to be huge for Guild Wars offense. I'd say more so than anywhere else. Because 3 times, you have a chance to hit all 3 of the targets and just nuke the living crap out of a whole Guild Wars defense that you're going against, you know, situationally. This is just an absolute monster. You're for sure taking out, more than likely, at least one of them situationally. Maybe if there's a Theomars and you just go all into him, then, you know, it's not gonna die, but great monster. I'd say the best build for her, just Rage Blade, attack, crit damage, attack. Biggest aim, definitely Guild Wars offense. Maybe you could do her you can use her in other places, other PvP scenarios as well, depending on where you are in the game. Late game, though, Guild Wars offense is where you want to build her for. It's where you want to focus her for. It'll help it to where you can use her in arena offense as well, of course. I've seen even some people run her in Guild Wars defense. That's really RNG based. It can work if your RNG's good enough. That's about it for that, though. So yeah, standard attack runes on Katarina. Just want her to do as much damage as possible. She's going to be great for elevating your PvP. Alright, Akroma. Oh lord, Akroma. Alright, for the same first skill, a second skill attacks an enemy, preventing them from using skills with cooldowns for 2 turns. The damage is proportionate to the enemy's max HP. Alright. Skill cooldowns. Alright, that... I mostly am thinking about Pernas and Theomars here, alright? If I were to have Akroma, I would definitely build her attack. Just full crit Akroma. I mean, you can build her for defense and go just this out of control HP build. And nobody's gonna defense break you, and it's gonna be kinda hard to kill her, you know. It's gonna take a little while. But If I were to build an Akroma just because of the second skill, I would absolutely build her to counter Theomars and Pernas and any other, monsters with skills that are just going to irritate the crap out of me and be dangerous to deal with against, With this, it hits hard, and it's going to put those skills on cooldown. That's going to be great. I would do attack, crit damage, attack, Akroma. I would probably go Violent Blade. Yeah, attack, crit damage, attack. You can definitely build her just full tank as well, though, for, like, arena defense, though, if you'd like to. Or you can even do hybrid Akroma to kind of, like I said with the Camilla, to get the best of both worlds. But just because this puts on cooldowns, it really speaks out on the fact that, especially in Guild Wars with all those Theomars around, this could be a really nice counter skill against those Theomars. And wow, 116 base speed. She must get speed when awakened, huh? Yes, she does. I mean, she doesn't have a whole lot of base attack. That's the only drawback to that, though. So you need really good stats. But I'd say most of the builds I've seen for Akroma make her really heavy on the nukes. Attack, crit damage, attack. I'm sure there's other builds. I've seen a couple tank Akromas. But yeah. In my opinion, if you are a lucky son of a bitch and you got Akroma, attack, crit damage, attack is going to be really good for dealing with those Theomars. Oh god, next one's Trinity. Oh, one of my guildies has Trinity, and dear lord is she efficient. So she's got the same leader skill as Vanessa, but I even like her more than Vanessa. And why do I like her more than Vanessa? Alright, same thing here. Soul Reaper is her second skill. Attacks the enemy with... can't even read. Attacks an enemy and recovers HP by 30% of the deflected damage, becomes invincible for 1 turn if the enemy is killed. Alright, so same thing as Katarina, pretty much. Oh, I didn't know they had the same exact second skill. How did I not know that? I should have known. These guys all got the seals, and then Katarina. Okay, anyway, Soul Reaper. Yep. It's more, beneficial on Katarina's kit than it is on Trinity, but this is gonna help her survive. It's gonna hit pretty hard, so it fits in well. Let's talk about the third skill, though. The final battle begins. Both allies and enemies lose 15% of their HP, and the enemy receives massive additional damage. This can hit really hard. And she's not only an AoE nuker, but she's a dark AoE nuker with a freaking attack speed, 33% leader skill for arena. This is like a double... This is a game changer, in my opinion. Absolute game changer. She's got the giant AoE nuke that's not weak against anything. And she's got the leader skill for it, The only drawback is her low base attack, and honestly, they need her base attack to be that low to balance her out. Because, holy crap, if she had comparable damage to even just Soha, or attack, base stats, she would be freaking insane, too OP. So if I had Trinity, absolute arena offense, that would be the focus. Arena offense. I would use her as the leader, run her with, another nuker, as well as, an attack bar booster, and, a stripper. And Gallium. Switch in and out, depending on what you need, right? So, just the general wombo setting. But she'd be the leader of the wombo setting. And it would be just so easy to outspeed your opponents with that leader skill while having the double nuke comp, Just absolute terrible. Or, not terrible. Terrible in the sense that I'm sad that I don't have this capabilities. And that it is freaking nuts to just comprehend what you can do on arena offense with a Trinity. Got really good base HP as well, since she's an HP based monster. But yeah, I totally build her just standard attack runes. Same thing with Katarina. Just duke her out as much attack and crit as you possibly can. It's kind of hard given her low base attack, but it'll so be worth it if you can get her to enough to where she can nuke the shit out of enemies, AoE wise. Trinity's absolute game changer, and if you have her, you're lucky. I'm jealous. Anyways, next one will be Undyne's. We're done here for today. And I didn't really go over the ratings for each Valkyries. Let's just do that. Okay, obviously good, obviously good, obviously good, good, and good. I shouldn't really need to say this, honestly. All the Valkyries are great. Alright. I'd say definitely Camilla and Trinity are my favorite of them. Akroma and Katarina are up there too. Vanessa's, I don't know. I like Vanessa just as much. I don't know. They're all really good. Let's just say that. If you get any Valkyrja, congratulations. You have a good monster. Most of you already have Katarina. And for those of you that have any of the other four, congratulations. Great monster. They're really going to elevate you in their, general places. Most of them are for PvP. In fact, all of them are for PvP. Really going to help you evolve your PvP gameplay with any of the Valkyrjas. Anyways, that concludes this video here for today. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you